Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The opening of the summit is about to begin. Would you please take your seats and kindly switch your mobile phones to silent mode? While the summit will be conducted primarily in English, some speakers will also be speaking in Putonghua and French. You may use the simultaneous interpretation device already placed on the right-hand side of your seat to select your preferred language. So channel 1 is Cantonese, channel 2 is Mandarin, Putonghua. Channel 3 is English, or Channel 4 is for French. Ladies and gentlemen, now would you please join me in welcoming Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, Mr. John K.C. Lee. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Welcome to the Hong Kong International Cultural Summit 2024. I'm Calvin Lau. It's my pleasure hosting for you today. 尊敬的各位来宾、女士们、先生们，欢迎大家莅临香港国际文化高峰论坛2024。我是主持刘卓文。论坛将会主要以英语进行，也会有普通话和法语的演讲。欢迎各位观眾使用已經放置在您座位上右方的計時傳譯設備。歡迎咁多位現場嘅觀眾咧，使用已經放置喺你哋座位上面右邊嘅即時傳譯設備。選擇廣東話嘅朋友咧，記得選擇頻道1；收聽普通話嘅朋友選擇頻道2。For English， 頻道3是英語，頻道4是法語。While the summit will be conducted primarily in English, some speakers will also be speaking in Putonghua and French. You may use the simultaneous interpretation device already placed on the right-hand side of your seat to select your preferred language. So channel 1 is Cantonese, channel 2 is Putonghua, channel 3 is English, and channel 4 is for French. And for those of you who are joining us online today, you may switch between the original language and English on the event website. The West Kowloon Cultural District Authority organizes the first ever Hong Kong International Cultural Summit 2024 to bring together global leaders of arts and cultural institutions to promote international cultural exchange and cultivate long-term partnerships. Over 20 eminent speakers from 12 countries and regions, including the heads of some of the world's most important cultural districts and most esteemed international arts and cultural institutions, will address the summit and exchange views on topical issues related to the future development of cultural districts and museums. Hong Kong has always been an international city where East meets West, with the theme Connecting Cultures, Bridging Times. The summit is set to be extraordinary confluence of global cultural intellect and vision. Now, it is with great honor that I introduce and invite the following guests of honor to come on stage for a group photo to commemorate the opening of the Hong Kong International Cultural Summit 2024. First up, may we invite the Honorable John K.C. Lee, Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. Mr. Henry Tang, Chairman of the Board of the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. The Honorable Andrew Leung Kwan Yun, President, Legislative Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. 中央人民政府驻香港特别行政区联络办公室副主任卢新明女士。Mr. Kevin Yeung, Secretary for Culture, Sport and Tourism of the Hong Kong SAR Government. 另外，掌声有请外交部驻香港特别行政区特派员公署副特派员潘云东先生。Now let's take a look at the front. Our official photographer is ready to capture this incredible, meaningful moment. 看看我们前方大会摄影师的镜头，先来一张合影，纪念这个非常重要的时刻。All right, some more photos to go. Bear with us. Thank you very much. Now, with Mr. Tang, please remain on stage, and the following guests, would you please return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the program? Thank you very much. Before we move on to the next session, we will be taking a brief moment to adjust the stage for our upcoming speakers. We appreciate your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, to kickstart the summit today, may I now invite our host, Mr. Henry Tang, Chairman of the Board of the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority, to give his welcoming remarks. Mr. Tang, please.
Chief Executive of the Hong Kong SAR Government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome all of you to the first Hong Kong International Cultural Summit 2024, organized by the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. In particular, I'd like to thank our Chief Executive, Mr. John Lee, for your honored presence at this occasion and for addressing this summit. The summit is convened at a time when the role of arts and culture in fostering international dialogue and exchange has never been more vital. We are themed Connecting Cultures, Bridging Times. The summit provides a valuable and timely platform for all to share the insights, establish partnerships, contribute to the sustainable development of arts and culture on a global scale. This summit marks not only an important milestone for the West Kowloon Cultural District to showcase its strength to the world, but also the commencement of the collaborative endeavors that promise to reverberate across the cultural realms at the global level. Yesterday, 21 leading cultural institutions from around the world signed memoranda of understanding with M+, Hong Kong Palace Museum, and the Performing Arts of West K. Today and tomorrow, 24 eminent speakers and moderators who head the top museums and cultural institutions in the world take part in 5 engaging top museums and cultural institutions in the world take part in 5 engaging panel discussions, including the plenary session to be held later this morning, to explore cultural districts' contributions to the social and economic transformation of cities. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the nearly 40 speakers and MOU partners for coming all the way to Hong Kong to share your invaluable insights with us and/or to establish collaborative partnerships with our artistic units. Your cooperation and your collaborations, we will share with you our vision and your vision for the future of art and cultural collaboration between us. Your participation also underscores this summit's contribution to advancing international cultural cooperation and reinforce our shared commitment to cultural vitality, diversity, and inclusivity. The fact that so many august cultural institutions signed MOU with us is a solid vote of confidence in the quality of our work and the professionalism of our team. With its unique cultural and historical background that embraces both Eastern and Western cultures, Hong Kong will continue to expand our international networks under the one country, two system concept and establish ourselves as the East meets West Center for International Cultural Exchange. Indeed, we have grounds to claim that because we have the very strong support of the Central People's Government under the National 14th Five-Year Plan. As the cultural hub of Hong Kong, West K plays a pivotal role in achieving this mission together with the Hong Kong government, in which case we are part of you and you are part of us, which in turn will define our city's artistic journey and leave an indelible mark on the world's cultural map. Since the reopening of Hong Kong after the pandemic in early 2023, West K has provided a brilliant showcase of Hong Kong's soft power to the world, impressing many with our world-class cultural infrastructure, highly acclaimed programs, and not to mention our art park and very diverse recreational grounds. A total of 5.6 million visitors and 2.2 million visitors have visited M+ and the Hong Kong Palace Museum since their opening in November 2021 and July 2022, respectively. In 2022, around 2 million visited M+, making it the second most visited art museum in Asia and placing it in the 18th rank in the world. The museum's popularity continued to surge, with close to 2.8 million visiting in 2023. Our museums are embraced not only by our local citizens, but also attract a lot of visitors from both the mainland and overseas. The proportion of tourists increased from less than 5% of total visitations in early 2023, before our opening, to between 65 to 70% in February of this year. We were one of the most popular visiting spots during the Lunar New Year, where everyone has to come here, look for themselves, and bring home a picture. West K has become one of the most popular cultural landmarks in Asia and the 6th most visited destination in Hong Kong in 2023. We are greatly honored to have the Minister of Culture and Tourism, Shen-Yi Li, sending us a congratulatory message to be presented by Dr. Wang Xuedong, Director of Palace Museum, just in a moment. Minister Sun's support is an important validation of West K's work in fostering East meets West international cultural exchange and telling a good story of China. 2024 marks a very important milestone year for France and China. It is the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and France. France has long been Hong Kong's valuable partner in promoting international cultural exchange and art appreciation. It is our honor to have Mr. Bertrand Lothary, Ambassador of France to China, to deliver a congratulatory message on this occasion. Thank you, Ambassador Lothary. To further the cultural cooperation between West K and France, M+ and Palace Museum will present a total of 4 special exhibitions in 2024. 3 of them are co-organized with leading French cultural institutions, and 1 bears strong connections with France. These include the newly opened Noir et Blanc, a story of photography, exhibited, co-presented by M+ and the French May Arts Festival in collaboration with the Bibliothèque Nationale de France and IMPay Life is Architecture exhibition, the first major retrospective of the seminal Chinese-American architect, designer of modernization of the Grand Louvre in Paris and the Bank of China Tower in Hong Kong, among others, which will open in June this year. The Palace Museum will organize two major special exhibitions with French institutions in June and December of this year. They include a special exhibition co-organized with the National Museum of the Palaces of Versailles and Trianon to examine the splendid cultural art and artistic exchanges between China and France in the 18th century, revealing the French court's love for Chinese culture and the mutual trust and admiration between the two states. This exhibition will display spectacular portraits, scientific instruments, porcelains, and many, many more. Another very special occasion to open in June introduces the evolution of French fashion and art over a century with the aim of exploring the cultural exchanges between palaces in China and in France in the 17th to 18th centuries. But today, I'm honored to announce two more exciting collaboration projects between M+ and France. First, M+ will co-organize with Musée National Picasso Paris, the Picasso for Asia, a conversation special exhibition in March of 2025. This is the first ever exhibition co-organized and co-curated by Musée National Picasso Paris and a museum in Asia. And we are thrilled that M+ is that museum. It has been 12 years since the last time Musée National Picasso Paris presented an exhibition in Hong Kong. And Picasso is a very well-known French artist, and I'm sure we will all be asking when can we start to buy tickets. Another exciting announcement is the donation of more than 220 independent prints and over 24 of books, illustrated books and folios of Chinese French master Zhao Wuqi to M+, presented by Zhao's wife, Madame Françoise Marquette Zhao. This important donation sets to enrich our existing collection of Zhao's work, making M+ the museum outside of France that has the most comprehensive catalog of prints and illustrated books by this master. We are immensely grateful to Madame Zhao for your generous donation and to Mr. Dominique de Villepin, former Prime Minister of France, for facilitating the gift to M+. So thank you, Madame Zhao, and thank you, Dominique. The Hong Kong International Cultural Summit is the first international event to kick off the bustling Hong Kong Art Week 2024, a time when the city plays host to numerous visual arts events such as Art Basel Hong Kong and Art Central, as well as arts festivals such as Hong Kong Arts Festival and our West K Fun Fest. We would not be able to organize such large-scale cultural summits without the staunch support of our partners and supporting organizations. In this regard, I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to the Cultural, Sports and Tourism Bureau of the Hong Kong SAR government, the summit's major sponsor, Cathay, WKCDA's travel partner, the Peninsula Hong Kong, the summit's Hong Kong partner, hotel partner, and HKT, the summit's technology partner. Their generous support is instrumental to bringing the summit to fruition. Last but definitely not least, I'd like to thank all our guests and participants, not only for those attending in person, but also for those who are watching these proceedings online. I'd like to thank you for your interest in this summit. I hope you will gain lots of insight from our distinguished guest speakers sharing their insights. So let's embark on a transformative journey that will have lasting impact on the cultural landscape worldwide. I wish you all a very memorable stay in Hong Kong, and please spend money. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tang. Please be seated. So much to look forward to here at the Hong Kong International Cultural Summit, as well as the West Kowloon Cultural District. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, the Honourable John K.C. Lee, who has the vision and aspiration to develop Hong Kong as the East meets West Centre for international cultural exchange. Please join me in a warm round of applause as we invite Mr. Lee on stage for his opening remarks.
Dr. Wang Xudong, Director of Palace Museum, Your Excellency Ambassador Bertrand Lothoreri, Deputy Director Lu Xingning, Deputy Commissioner Pang Yundong, Mr. Henry Tang, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to join you today for the opening of the Hong Kong International Cultural Summit. More than 700 of you are here for this inaugural International Cultural Summit. And international it certainly is, with high-profile attendees from the Asia-Pacific, the Middle East, Europe, and the Americas and beyond, and prominent speakers from at least a dozen countries and regions. The result is one of the largest international cultural gatherings ever staged in Hong Kong. This event and your welcome presence here reflects Hong Kong's long-standing role as the multicultural bridge between East and West. That reality is rooted in our Chinese culture, in concert with our open, inclusive, and international community and economy. All that is premised under the auspices of the unique one country, two systems principle. Hong Kong is the only city in the world that enjoys both the China advantage and the global advantage. That is why we are committed to capitalize on our unparalleled advantages and develop Hong Kong into an East meets West Center for international cultural exchange. A commitment that enjoys the full support of our country under the National 14th Five-Year Plan. The Hong Kong SAR government attaches great importance to propel Hong Kong's rise as a cultural hub, and we are serious about this. This financial year, we will inject $180 million into our Film Development Fund and $370 million into our Create Smart initiative, supporting projects in film, arts, design, and other cultural initiatives. We will introduce a signature performing arts program scheme to encourage world-class performing arts productions and international cultural brands to be staged as long-running shows in Hong Kong. We've boosted our cultural exchange provision as well. We are determined to support more local arts groups and artists in performing outside Hong Kong. The West Kowloon Cultural District, the vast piece of harborside land we are now standing on, is essential to realizing Hong Kong as an East meets West Center for international cultural exchange, to our rise as an arts and cultural hub connecting the world. And I'm delighted that the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority has brought you here for this global cultural gathering. I'm heartened to learn that more than 20 MOUs and cultural cooperation agreements have been signed during the summit. and with many of the world's most renowned art and cultural institutions. I'm confident that these and other collaborations will enrich Hong Kong's cultural landscape, and they will create invaluable opportunities for our performing arts groups, artists, and young people to broaden their creative horizons. I welcome your arts and cultural groups and artists to perform in Hong Kong, and in doing so, to experience all that Hong Kong has to offer. In the meantime, I know you will enjoy every moment of your stay here. After all, this is Hong Kong's Arts March, a whole month dedicated fully to mega arts and culture events and happenings all over this world city, all over Hong Kong. Art Harbour has just opened, put together by the government in collaboration with Team Lab and other partners. This innovative fusing of art, science, and technology will light up both sides of our storied Victoria Harbour, day and night. Art Basel Hong Kong and Art Central open this Thursday. This year's Art Basel, with its East meets West convergence, counts more than 240 art galleries from all over the world. That's up 37% over last year, almost 40%. It speaks resoundingly of Hong Kong's return to business and the brilliant business of art. For the film lovers among you, the 48th Hong Kong International Film Festival starts screening this Thursday as well. The second edition of our Pop Culture Festival returns next month. And in June, the inaugural Chinese Culture Festival debuts. The Hong Kong Performing Arts Expo is another first. It takes place here in October, as does the fourth edition of the Guangdong Hong Kong Macau Greater Bay Area Culture and Arts Festival. The Greater Bay Area is a cluster city development that brings together Hong Kong, Macau, and 9 cities in southern China. Collectively, the area boasts a population of 86 million and is an economic powerhouse equivalent to the world's 10th largest economy. More importantly, we share similar heritage roots, but also celebrate widely diverse lifestyles and customs. It is certainly a cultural extravaganza worth looking forward to. This year, too, we will launch the first Hong Kong Fashion Design Week. It will bring together a wide variety of designed events into one flagship initiative for Hong Kong's cultural, creative, and tourism industries. And we are just getting going. Ladies and gentlemen, Hong Kong is on its way to becoming the arts, culture, and events capital of Asia. We are already among the largest art trading centers in the world. In the first quarter of 2023, Hong Kong realized a cheering almost 60% year-on-year growth reportedly in artwork and antiquities exports. That's thanks in part to Hong Kong's unique advantage as a free economy with a low and simple tax regime and a seamless logistics network. Speaking of seamless logistics and a great deal more, my thanks to the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority for organizing this remarkable international gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you will enjoy your stay with us in Hong Kong. And I look forward to continuing the goodwill and the creative collaborations this summit has set in motion. I wish you all the best of art, culture, and business in the year to come. And as Henry said, spend more in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lee, for marking this special occasion with us. Now, let's give another round of applause for our Chief Executive as he needs to depart from the summit for other official duties. We're immensely grateful for your time he has taken from his busy schedule to join us today. Next up, we're delighted to have Dr. Wang Xudong, Director of the Palace Museum, to deliver a congratulatory message on behalf of the Minister of Culture and Tourism of the People's Republic of China. 接下来掌声有请故宫
Let's welcome Dr. Wang Xudong, Director of the Palace Museum, to the stage to deliver a congratulatory message on behalf of the Minister of Culture and Tourism of the People's Republic of China. Respected Chief Executive John Lee, Chairman Henry Tang, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. I'm very delighted to gather here with you here in Hong Kong to participate in the Hong Kong International Cultural Summit. First of all, entrusted by Mr. Sun Yeli of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, on behalf of the Ministry, I would like to extend my congratulations to the opening of the summit and greetings to the guests from home and abroad. Hong Kong, with its diverse cultural tapestry, has long been an important link for cultural exchanges between China and the West. In recent years, the Hong Kong SAR government has vigorously promoted the development of cultural facilities, building on the unique creative atmosphere brought by the diverse cultures in the city to promote a better cultural ecosystem. The West Kowloon Cultural District has become a portraiture for Hong Kong's cultural characteristics. The Xiqu Center, M+ Museum, and Hong Kong Palace Museum have been put into use, effectively supporting and enhancing Hong Kong's cultural and artistic image. At the same time, Hong Kong's role in foreign cultural exchanges has been continuously elevated. Art Basel and the Hong Kong Pop Culture Festival have attracted many domestic and foreign visitors, further highlighting Hong Kong's cultural charm. The Hong Kong International Culture Summit, hosted by the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority, brings together cultural leaders and experts from all over the world. We will jointly explore the latest trends and experiences in cultural development and build together an important platform for cultural exchanges and promotion and understanding between China and other countries. We will shape tourism through culture and highlight culture through tourism. I believe the summit will not only inject new impetus into the development of Hong Kong's cultural industry, but also promote the integrated development of Hong Kong's culture and tourism in a wider scope at a deeper and higher level. Supporting Hong Kong's development into a center for cultural and artistic exchanges between China and foreign countries is a clear objective put forward in the outline of the country's 14th five-year plan. In recent years, the Ministry of Culture and Tourism has actively implemented the central government's policy benefiting Hong Kong, fully supported Hong Kong's integration into the overall development of the country, strengthened cooperation in major culture and tourism activities, and worked together to promote the excellent traditional Chinese culture to the world. In June 2017, President Xi Jinping witnessed the signing of the collaborative agreement on the development of Hong Kong Palace Museum between West Kowloon Cultural District Authority and the Palace Museum. He has high hopes for the role of Hong Kong in promoting the Chinese culture, being a platform for cultural exchanges between the East and the West. And the blueprint today has now been turned into the beautiful reality. In the future, the ministry, as always, will fully support Hong Kong to leverage its strengths, further showcase the achievements of China's cultural construction, and deeply participate in exchanges and mutual learning from other world civilizations. We look forward to Hong Kong in terms of seizing the opportunity of the national development and gain momentum in collaboration in exchanges and enhancing its international culture influence. In closing, I would like to wish the summit a complete success.
60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and France. Hong Kong, being a global hub for arts and culture, plays a key role in fostering people-to-people connectivity. This explains exactly why we have the honor to have Mr. Congratulatory, Ambassador of France to China, to deliver a speech at today's summit in Hong Kong. Please join me in welcoming him on stage.
Monsieur le
President Henry Tang, Mr. Director of Palace Museum, Director Wang Xudong, ladies and gentlemen, I would like first to thank warmly Henry Tang for his words that he addressed to our country, France, in this year, which is very particular for France and China's relations. And this is the time that we chose, this year, 2004, the Franco-Chinese Cultural Tourism Year, on top of celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relations. I would like as well to thank him very warmly for this invitation addressed to our country to participate to the first International Cultural Summit organized by the West Kowloon Cultural District of Hong Kong. And of course, I am very happy and honored to represent France during this event, which illustrates, as the new Art Basel edition, which opens tomorrow, this special place, Hong Kong, where East meets West. Those cultural exchanges between France and Hong Kong, you have reminded us, Mr. Henry Tang, are very dense, and we wish profoundly continue to reinforce these relationships, and the West Kowloon Cultural District is, for our country, a major partner. The importance of the French delegation, high-level delegation participating to this summit, is a proof of it. The president of the Guillemet Museum, Madame Cécile Debré, president of Picasso Museum, director of Versailles Palace, Mr. Laurent Salomé, the head curator of the Centre Pompidou, Mrs. Marcella Lissa, and I salute her, and as well the presence among us of our former Prime Minister Dominique de Villepin and Madame Françoise Marquezan. Ladies and gentlemen, the reinforcing of our cultural exchange inscribes, as I said, within the frame of the friendship between France and China that is linked and renewed 60 years ago. This celebration of this anniversary, as we said a little while ago, was placed under the sign of culture, human exchanges, and tourism. Because indeed, beyond our institutional and political ties, 60 years, human exchanges during those 60 years have contributed to build this powerful link between our countries. Our artists, our researchers, our writers, our entrepreneurs, our students, French, Chinese, and Hong Kong students as well, incarnates and bring this relationship alive. This year is marked in China as in France by an exceptional cultural programs, and Hong Kong is has a great place. Of course, French culture is open to the world, and that means permanent exchanges with dynamic cities as Hong Kong. All along 2024, West Kowloon District is going to welcome a very rich French programs. Now you can see in the Amplius Museum the exceptional exhibition Noir and Blanc, History of Photography, fruit of a partnership between M+, the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, and the French May Art Festival. For 100 years of photography, we can see at the M+, this exhibition is a model of what can and what should be cultural cooperation between our two countries. This cooperation will go on, and we continue with this, an exhibition of decorative art at the Hong Kong Palace Museum, presenting the treasures of the fashion of the last 300 years. And at the end of 2024, the Versailles Palace will have the honor with an exhibition at the Hong Kong Palace Museum dedicated to the link between Chinese imperial court and court of Versailles. Those agreements signed yesterday with the Centre Pompidou and the Musée Picasso will allow further major projects in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, France is happy and proud to participate to the richness of Hong Kong cultural life and to contribute to its development as international cultural capital of Asia. We are happy to attract in Hong Kong numerous visitors who are in love with French cultures and of those cross-influences between East and West, whether during those events such as French May or during those multiple events, musicians, dancers, performing arts, visits of movie stars during the French Film Festival, writers during the Francophonie Festival, or exhibitions of French galleries. Participation of France as an honored country during the next Design Hong Kong Week will allow to develop exchanges in the area of design, these multifaceted exchanges. Again, I would like to warmly thank organizers of this cultural summit for their invitation and their commitment in favor of the promotion of culture and art, and in particular with France. I am convinced that these next few days will be rich, stimulating, and fruitful discussions allow the emergence of new ideas, new cooperation, new projects for the years to come. I thank you very much.
International cultural exchange and long-term partnerships, a signing ceremony was held last night where over 20 leading arts and cultural institutions signed memorandum of understanding with the West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. So the 22 MOU signatories represent the world's top museums, conservation and art research institutes, art centers, film archives, theaters and theater associations from 11 countries. The MOUs cover diverse areas of cooperation, spanning co-production and touring of exhibitions, collection sharing, partnerships on conservation, digitalization, and scientific research, as well as educational and exchange programs for art administrators and artists across Hong Kong Palace Museum, M+, and the Performing Arts Division of WKCDA. We've actually prepared a short video to share with you the memorable moments of the MOU signing ceremony.
This is a journey for collaboration to promote global cultural connectivity.
From partnerships on exhibition planning and curation, to conservation, scientific research, and educational projects.
Staging amazing exhibitions curated by M+ Abroad and bringing some of the best artistic practices to Hong Kong through international partnerships.
presenting on our world-class stages the best performances by artists from around the world. And through our cultural exchange strategy, letting West K homegrown productions shine in the global arena.
In establishing long-term partnerships with other cultural institutions, we are realizing one of our important strategies for international cultural exchange, that is, bringing in and going global.
Preceded by the MOU signing ceremony and the welcome dinner yesterday, the summit is now featuring the opening complenary session at the Situ Centre right here. It will then be followed by 4 theme panels to be held at M+ this afternoon and at the Hong Kong Palace Museum tomorrow morning. A total of 20 eminent speakers from 12 countries and regions will address the summit and exchange views on topical issues related to the future development of cultural districts and museums. It is our great pleasure to have the honor of the presence of all these distinguished guests and MOU signatories here today. Now, I'd like to invite all of you to come on stage for a group photo. First up, may we invite Karen Chan, Executive Director, Asian Film Archive, Singapore. Paul Tam, Executive Director, Performing Arts, West Kowloon Cultural District Authority. Chalita Umbralangji, Director, Film Archive, Public Organization, Thailand. Gu Haohao, Shanghai 戏剧家协会
Ms. Gu Haohao, Vice Chairman of Shanghai Theatre Association.
Dr. Maria Mo, Museum Director, Hong Kong Museum of Art, Hong Kong SAR. Shen Tian,
Ms. Shen Tianmei, Director of Chongqing Sichuan Opera Theatre.
Ma Yan Song, Architect, Founder of Mad Architects, China. Wu Heli,
Wu Heli, Secretary of Shijiazhuang Art Research Institute.
Moon Kun Lu, Executive Vice President and CEO, Lian Museum of Art, Samsung Foundation of Culture, Korea. Chen Yongquan,
Chen Yongquan, Secretary of the Party Group of China Theatre Association.
Malia Willis Londonio, Independent Curator and former Director, Banco de la Lepoliga Museums, Bogota, Cambodia. Dr. Andres Santo, Refik Anadol, Media Artist, Director, Refik Anadol Studio, US and Turkey. Next up, we also have Dr. Andres Santo, New York-based Cultural Strategy Consultant and author, United States. Professor Michael John Gorman, Director Designate, MIT Museum, United States and Founding Director, Biotopia Nadungun Museum, Bayern, Germany. Maholo Uchida, Project Head, Center for Cultural Innovations at Takanawa Gateway City, East Japan Railway Foundation for Cultural Innovations, Japan. Suhanya Rafael, Museum Director, M+, Hong Kong SAR. Dr. Louis Ng, Museum Director, Hong Kong Palace Museum, Hong Kong SAR. Dr. Marcella Lista, Head Curator, New Media and Asia Pacific, Saint-Pompidou, France. Akiko Miki, International Artistic Director, Benesse Art Site, Naoshima, Japan. Dr. Thomas J.S. Lerner, Head of Science, Getty Conservation Institute, United States. Katrina Sedgwick, Director and CEO, Melbourne Arts Precinct Corporation, Australia. Dr. Chase Ab Robinson, Director, Smithsonian's National Museum of Asian Art, United States. Tim Reeve, Chair of East Bank Board, Deputy Director and Chief Operation Officer of Victoria and Albert Museum, London, United Kingdom. Makoto Fujiwara, Executive Director, Tokyo National Museum, Japan. Sheikha Al-Nasser, Director, Museum of Islamic Art, Doha, Qatar. Sheikha Noah Al-Qasimi, Vice President, Sharjah Art Foundation, United Arab Emirates. Betty Fong, CEO, West Kowloon Cultural District Authority, Hong Kong, SAR. La Hong Salomé, Director, National Museum of the Palaces of Versailles and Trianon, France. Dr. Miguel Falomil, Director, Museo Nacional de Palau, Spain. Maria Balshaw, Director, Tate, United Kingdom. Dr. Thomas P. Campbell, Director and CEO, Fine Arts Museums of San Francisco, United States. Dr. Yannick Linzer, President, Gourmet National Museum of Asian Art, France. Cécile Dupré, President, Musée National Picasso, Paris, France. Wang Xudong 博士，故
Dr. Wang Xudong, Director of the Palace Museum, China. Dr. Wang Chunhua, Director of the National Museum of China.
Bertrand Lotouleté, Ambassador of France to China. And Henry Tang, last but not least, Chairman, West Kowloon Cultural District Authority Board, HKSAR. Unfortunately, one of the MOU signatories, Mr. Chu Xiaobo, Director of the Shanghai Museum, and the other speaker, Mr. Yatsu, cannot be here with us today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand a little bit closer to the center of the stage and look towards the front. Our photographers are ready to capture this incredible moment. Once again, thank you very much for joining us today on this meaningful occasion. Bear with us while we adjust the positions and make sure it's a phenomenal photo. All right, looking good. Eyes to the front, cameras are ready. Once again, a round of applause for all our guests on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us today. Would you please take your seats and enjoy the rest of the program?